So this is week 3 of the lockdown on Camposol. Now this video is really about Camposol. It's not about the rest of Spain. Now if you want to keep up to date with all the news, what's going on about Spain, there's 2 sites that I look at mainly to find out all the information, what's going on at the moment. One's called Spain Speaks. It's a YouTube channel. Brilliant guy. He does updates every 2 days now. Now the guy lives in Madrid. Probably one of the worst places in Spain where they had it really bad. So I always check that out. And he gives you a good briefing really on what's going on around Spain. Another one I like going on to is it's a Facebook group. It's called Spectrum FM Costa Almeria. Now obviously this guy does a radio station as well, but on his Facebook group he has some really important information that I tend to share onto my site. Now I run an Expat in Mazarin Facebook group. Most welcome to join it. The more the better, as I say. And I put stuff on there as well, what's going on locally as well. I'm not going to give you figures on what's going on. It's still just as bad here, I think. Some are saying it's peaked, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's peaked yet. But thankfully on Camposol, checking around on some of the sites, there's been no confirmed cases on Camposol. But unfortunately in Mazarin, the port, Toltana, and also I saw the other day on the Condado, the golf resort not far from us, they've had confirmed cases of the Corvera virus as well. So it is around us, but thankfully at the moment there's been no confirmed cases on Camposol. So what's been happening this past week? I've been still bailing out the storeroom there with buckets of water. So the first video I've got is it's Sunday. We changed the clocks. It's a good start of the week for me. The sun was out, so it gave me a chance to put the towels out that will be found in the basement around the doorways and whatever. And I'll take you into the storeroom here to show you the water that's still there. What I explained last week is, even though we'd done out the basement, there was a couple of rooms that we just didn't have enough money for, and we didn't do the floors. And because the floors haven't been done, especially in the storeroom, it's just a concrete floor. So what's happening is the rain's been soaking up through the floor. Thankfully it's about 1 inch deep. But yeah, a bit of a pain because I think the previous week we was doing loads of buckets, and this week it's starting to get less. Okay, as I've got a bit of time on my hands now, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and it's interesting to see other parts of the world are handling it differently. Some places where you can actually still go out to the local park and go for a run and exercise. Well, we can't do that here, so that's a bit hard for me to watch because I like getting out and about, exploring, as you probably know if you watch my vids. So I can't do that. Another thing I did notice was a lot of van travellers that come down here, usually during the winter months, to get a bit of a break from the Northern European countries and have a bit of a holiday as well in the sun. And obviously they've been all told, Portugal and Spain, to leave and go back to their homes. And I was surprised that there's quite a lot of UK people. And just watching them going back, I was surprised when most of these were going back through the tunnel. They obviously got stopped at the French side. Passports were checked. Obviously checking their pets' passports as well. And then when they got to the UK side, they sort of virtually just drove straight out. No checks and nothing. I know it's the same all over. There's a big shortage on testing kits. That surprised me a bit. Since you got into the UK, there's nothing. So yeah. So I've had a lot of time looking at videos. I've been trying out. I've got a new drone that I bought a while back that I haven't really tested. So I've been testing it out in my garden. I'll put up some clips for you to have a look at. Yeah, quite pleased with it. Obviously I can't fly it anymore out in my own property, so I've just sort of been going up and down. The dog's just come in now. she's a bit bored as well because she used to enjoy going out for long walks. Well, me and Bonnie still go out for a dog walk, but it's only a short walk just around the park area. She's quite used to going out for an hour or so, so she's a bit fed up. She keeps coming in, looking at me, thinking, why can't we go out? Bit hard to explain to a dog, isn't it? What's well, they just don't understand. On the 1st of April, we had a couple of April Fool jokes around here. Some people didn't think it was funny, but I think sometimes you've got to have a bit of humour in life. But it started off quite nice and sunny, and then it went cloudy again, and then we was praying that it wasn't going to rain again, and I think it rained in the night. So I'll show you another shot down in the basement. It didn't look like it's getting any better, but I can assure you it is getting better, because today I went in there and I just did 2 buckets, whereas 2 weeks ago we was doing about nearly 20 buckets. So I think by next week it's dry. And obviously once we're allowed to get out, we're definitely getting a dehumidifier to dry out the place, because I can definitely feel the damp in here. And obviously, one of the other things we will get, we said it before, but we never got around to doing it, that's a water pump. So I ain't going to keep mopping up it every time, it's driving me nuts, but it is passing the time, I suppose. But from now onwards, looks like we got sun, so that'll be good, that'll be drying out things. Another thing during the week, because if you don't know me, I'm a bit of a drone fanatic. The Mazaron Council, they got a thing called the Protection Civil, and what it is really is obviously they're the guys that go around making sure everything's safe, making sure we get a couple of trucks during the week that come in to disinfect certain areas, especially around we've got a medical block that's always sprayed, and they do the shopping area bit where people walk about, we disinfect that. And also they do around the bins and that. I mean, I must say, one thing about here is that the services, we've even seen the road sweeper going down the road, the dustbins are still emptied, they still do the recycling. Those things are still going on normally. The only thing we're a little bit concerned about is some of the pools in the area, because beginning of the week, the national government put out another new law that non-essential businesses must stop working, and I believe that includes pool cleaning companies. So the pools are not being cleaned. Now at the moment the temperature's been quite low, so the pools should be all right, but if this carries on, I don't know, next 2 or 3 weeks, and the pools are not treated, then we got the mozzies. Thankfully, the council do keep on top of that. They do send a truck around, they spray everywhere and that. But yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of rain this year, so that's another concern I've got to think about. Anyway, going back to the Mazaron Protection Civic, as they call it, Civil, sorry to say, the Protection Civil Mazaron, they were issued with drones, which is interesting to me, because they've been, what they got like a little sensor at the front. Now, some people thought that was to go in their mouths, but I can safely say that's not. And what it is, it's like a thermal sensor that picks up temperature. Not what they do for checking for insulation on buildings and things like that. Well, can check body temperature, which I think would be pretty good. One, obviously, it keeps them safe, because one of the other things that's been going big time here in Spain is obviously, and it seems like around the rest of the world, is lack of equipment, especially for the hospital staff and people doing the testing, so they can keep at a safe distance. They can send up the drone. Now, this could also be used in, because we live in a big farming area, and obviously a lot of the people that are out in the fields picking all the fruit and veg at the moment, they can probably scan them as well. So nice to see that, you know, trying out new experiments as well, obviously to try and conquer this virus. Anyway, that's about it really. I could go on and on, I suppose. waffling on about what me and the wife have been up to this week to try and keep themselves busy. I think the main thing this week really is I've been mopping up. That's sort of taking my time. And the time I was sort of broken from that, I've been obviously doing the videos. I've got still enough videos to go for the next couple of weeks. After that, I don't know what's going to happen then. No doubt I'll think of something. I've been trying out some camera techniques. I've been doing a bit of time lapsing, messing about with the cameras. So it's given me a chance to catch up on things as well. And I'm going to finish off now for the end of this is Thursday night, 8 p.m. It's where people come out and they say a big thank you for all the services, especially obviously the hospital staff. And we got to thank the police, and we got to thank all the other services, and we got to thank the shops that stay open for us so we get fed, and we got to thank all their families putting themselves at risk. So yeah, so stay safe, everybody. I'll catch you next week. We're still on lockdown until I believe the 11th or 12th of April. No doubt that's probably going to be extended, looking at the figures at the moment. So anyway, as I say, keep watching, stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching.